everyone. I always tell myself I'm going to make a video outside because it's so beautiful, but conditions are a lot easier to manage inside, which is why Hollywood has sound stages. But that's a conversation for another time. I wanted to make a short video about this very special time we're in right now called the Holy Triduum, Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and of course the Easter Vigil and Easter Sunday. I thought I would start by just saying what this time meant to me before I was Catholic. If you follow my channel, you know that I became Catholic about 7 years ago, a little over 7 years ago now. And actually, this time didn't really mean much to me at all. I remember as a kid, we did the whole hiding Easter eggs thing when I was very young, but my brother was 5-6 years older than me, so he always found them all first, so it was kind of a drag. We never really did Easter baskets, and I wasn't really interested in any of that. So I really didn't know what was so special about this day, except, we had a nice meal. And when I got older, I'm just so embarrassed to tell you these horrible things that I said. But I think it's important to boast of my weaknesses so you know that God is what makes anything good about me. It comes from Him. But I remember I got paid double pay on Good Friday at one of my jobs, and I said, "Oh, this must be why they call it Good Friday," thinking I was making a hilarious joke. I'm sure the people around me thought it was terrible, but nobody said anything. I remember during Lent, one of my coworkers didn't want to get In-N-Out Burger with us because it was a Friday, and I told her that God would want her to eat a double-double. This is who I was, guys. So now I know how pathetic and terrible those things were, and I know what these days are really about. And it just blows my mind that I didn't know, and that people aren't telling everyone what it's about. How did I not know? Holy Thursday, my favorite Mass of the year, the institution of the Eucharist and the priesthood, these holy men that dedicate their lives to Christ and His church. just so virtuous, heroic, and masculine of these guys. And Jesus instituted this. He knew that we would need these priests, these men, and then the Eucharist, a way for Him to be with us, to be in us in this special way, and how the priesthood needs to be there for us to have the Eucharist. And of course, that Mass, when the priest washes the feet of the people, just like Jesus did. And then we all go out to the Garden of Gethsemane to be with Jesus. There's no words. And then you get to Good Friday. It just continues on to Good Friday. And I'm sure I've shared here before that my first Good Friday service was life-changing for me. It was the first time that I realized that Jesus died for me, that God, the creator of the universe, came down here and died for me. I'll never get over it. And I knew then that everything had to change. My life had to change. I had to change. It just shows you how much you are loved, shows you your dignity and value and worth as a human being. And then, of course, Easter, when He rises from the tomb, the resurrection. And Saint Mary Magdalene is my confirmation saint, and she was there at the cross. She was the first one to see Him after He rose from the dead. And once again, I don't even have the words. I went to get a theology degree and I can't even speak, but I think it's just important to remember that our faith is all about love. Our pastor said something amazing yesterday on Good Friday. He said that the women who stayed with Jesus at the cross, with Him carrying His cross, they were scared too, but their love outweighed their fear. And I thought, when he said that, I thought, yeah, that's what I want. want my love to outweigh my fear. And our faith is also one of action. It's love in action. So we're meant to love, but not in a fake way, in a true way, a real way. I mean, people say to us Catholics, and they say, why do you have Jesus on the cross when he rose from the dead? And I say that's because that's what love looks like. That's what love looks like. And it reminds me how much I'm loved every time I look at that. And I know he rose from the dead, he ascended into heaven, sent the Holy Spirit who's with us, and he's with us in the Eucharist, through the priesthood. I mean, it's just, it's amazing. It's amazing to be a part of this. I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of this in some way. So I just had to share all of that. I know I'm probably rambling, but I wish all of you a happy Easter. God bless you, and I'll talk to you soon.